Here's a crazy thing that happened in Vermont. In Vermont, a cop in Vermont has been charged with killing a pedestrian with his cruiser. Surveillance video shows Shelbourne Police Sergeant Kyle Kapitanski zooming down a road with no traffic and recklessly hitting an innocent man who was pushing a bicycle.
The video is clear that Sean Hayes is on the side of the road.
So here is Sean Hayes. He's got a bike. He's got like a little wagon. He's on the side of the road right next to the curb. And then the police cruiser just comes by and just flies past him. Hits him, and the police cruiser doesn't stop immediately. I mean, he's right next to the curb, right? He's right next to the curb, so it's almost like the officer wasn't even on the road. He was on the emergency lane. And then they said that there's a bus stop right there, too. So that's incredible. That's the police sergeant right there. So that's, what was the name? The name is Kyle Kapitanski. Let's read a couple articles about this. Now, we've learned that Kapitanski is accused of grossly negligent operation with death resulting, but we don't know why. His lawyer, David Slay, doesn't either. I don't understand their theory of liability, says the lawyer for the Kapitanski. Apparently, the plaintiff's decedent's lawyer has a surveillance video that he's seen and talked about with the media. I haven't seen that. These lawyers, I swear, they lie right through their damn teeth. So at this point, we really don't know what the theory of misconduct was until then. He said he was driving down Shelbourne Road and struck something, came to his stop as quickly as he could, saw that he had hit a person, and immediately called for help. Chittenden County State Attorney Sarah George says she can't comment on why she pursued gross negligent operation charges until Kapitanski is arraigned next month. If convicted, he faces up to 15 years in prison. He remains on leave from the police department. So that was from South Burlington, Vermont, Darren Perrin, W. Cax. After Kapitanski struck Hayes, he did not come to an immediate stop, according to the suit. Kapitanski inexplicably continued driving southbound a significant distance and eventually applied his brakes before turning around and driving to the intersection of Fayette Drive, where he activated his emergency lights and parked the police cruiser. So he didn't turn around immediately. David Slay, Kapitanski's attorney, said Thursday he accepted a citation from the state police on the charge on his client's behalf. I've asked the state police to provide me with the accident report that they've mandated to file with the Vermont Department of Motor Vehicles, and they have yet to do that, so I have no idea what the theory of liability is. Our intention is to defend zealously. The theory of liability, I don't even understand what this lawyer is even talking about. You know, at the very least, it's the liability is on the police force, on the police cruiser, on the, the police entity, or the individual himself. He's due for an arraignment 8:30 a.m. March 13th in the Criminal Division of Vermont Superior Court in Burlington. So, that's another 3 weeks away. Let's take a look at this article here. On Thursday, February 20th, 2025, the Chittenden County State's Attorney's Office directed the Vermont State Police to issue a citation to Kyle Kapitanski on a felony charge of grossly negligent operation with death resulting. That's a felony. The charge arises from the fatal November 11th, 2024 crash involving a Shelbourne Police Department cruiser driven by Kapitanski and cyclist Sean Hayes, 38, of Burlington on Shelbourne Road in South Burlington. The decision to charge Kapitanski follows a month-long review by State's Attorney Sarah George of the Vermont State Police's extensive investigation, including work by the crash reconstruction team and detectives from the Bureau of Criminal Investigations. VSP issued Kapitanski a citation Thursday through his attorney, David Slay. No additional details. The deceased victim in the crash is identified as Sean Hayes, 38, of Burlington, Vermont. I mean, can you just imagine that? Can you just imagine that? You know, it sucks that you have to go anywhere by a bike anyways. He's got a bike and a little wagon, so he's, has to go everywhere on this bicycle. Has a little wagon that's behind him, trying to, do his thing, trying to live this life. And then he's next to the curb, so it seems like the police cruiser is just driving super damn fast, and it doesn't even look like he's driving on the road in between the lines, because it looks like he's driving on the emergency lane. He's driving right next to the curb, the parking lane. So that's Kyle Kapitanski. VSP's investigation of this incident remains active and ongoing. Anyone who's witnessed the crash or information could assist. I mean, the surveillance video tells the whole thing. The surveillance tells the whole thing. I wonder if we got a picture of this Sean Hayes. Sean Hayes and then Kapitanski. Do we have an image of Sean Hayes? Because this is Kyle Kapitanski, right? Oh, what? I didn't even know that I was... Is this the bike that he was on, Sean Hayes? Bystander on bicycle killed by police cruiser. I mean, look at the guy. So, I mean, I was thinking that maybe he was on a bicycle because he's, homeless. But this looks like he's got a motorized bike. So he's on a motorized bike with a little trailer, and then the police cruiser just flies by. It didn't have his lights on, so there's no warning at all. It didn't even seem like Sean Hayes even knew what the hell was going on. And then he doesn't stop immediately. He says, then I realized I hit something. How do you not have control of your vehicle? How do you not see what is right there in front of you? Oh, I felt like I hit something. Yeah, you hit a guy and you hit, a bike. And it wasn't, I don't know if this is the same motorbike. Maybe we can take a look at it again to see if it was, a motorbike. But that's incredible. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know I hit something. Oh, you didn't know you hit something, huh? I thought maybe I hit something or something. I'm not for sure. But apparently I did. These are the people that's supposed to serve and protect us, but because they're hotheads, they're arrogant, they have the awesome power of the state. They got a license to kill. They just want to show up on the scene and yell at everybody and tell, people what to do. This looks like a regular bicycle, so not a motorized bike, which that's, sucks even more. God! So he's picking up his bicycle, so he's got to pedal everywhere he goes, he's got to pedal his, wagon where he goes, so it's not a motorized bike, so he's got to have some strong legs. He's got to have some strong legs. And then, this is... Boom, just drills him, just absolutely drills him. So this is clearly, evil. It's clearly despicable and evil, and hopefully some justice actually comes out of this. Let's see if we could see any more information that would be pertinent to our conversation here. See, key piece of information, Sean Hayes, Shelbourne Road, South Burlington, pushing a bike with the attached trailer. The lawyers for Sean Hayes' family, Brooks MacArthur, said their relieved felony charges are coming. They've always expressed confidence that the prosecutors would take this case seriously and are happy that justice is being pursued on Sean Hayes' behalf. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the town of Shelbourne. The video is clear that Sean Hayes is on the side of the road, either on the curb or immediately next to the curb. There's no other traffic on the roadway at that point in time. It's a quiet road. It's a quiet road and nothing is going on whatsoever. It was dark and it was rainy, so that would make the road slippery if he had tried to lock up his brakes or something. The video depicts the cruiser traveling at a tremendous rate of speed, striking Sean Hayes. It's clear to me, given the video, that I've seen if this officer had been paying attention, he would have seen Sean Hayes. He wasn't paying attention for some reason. He was driving way too damn fast for some reason. These are the people that we put in charge to, go after the violent felons. And so therefore, if it wasn't a police officer that had ran him over, then the police would have to investigate these videos, find out who the person was that drove by, and then go arrest that guy. I mean, that's what we would expect good police to do. The great spirit of ultimate goodness wants justice. Peace isn't the absence of conflict, it's the presence of justice. The crash occurred in the early morning of November 11th in the far right southbound lane of Shelbourne Road, When on-duty police sergeant Kyle Kapitanski hit 38-year-old Sean Hayes. The area where Sean was standing was also a bus stop with a large glass enclosed waiting area for bus passengers. After Kapitanski struck Hayes, he did not come to immediate stop. We've already read all this. Let's see here. Do we have anything else? It's the Williston Station. Here's some troopers and detectives. Let's see. Vermont State Police, Fayette Drive. Rain, wet. Kyle Kapitanski is 41 years of age. Driving a 2021 Ford Explorer SUV. There was damage to the vehicle on the front passenger side, because, yeah, of course there would be. The crash happened at 2:45 a.m. Monday when the cruiser, driven by an on-duty Shelburne police officer, was heading south on U.S. Route 7, Shelburne Road, in the vicinity of Fayette Drive in South Burlington. The cruiser struck a southbound cyclist pulling a trailer. The names of the individuals involved in the crash will be released as the investigation continues. No additional information available at this time.